Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to Wow Wednesday. I am your host, Nancy Matthews, and I'm one of the founders of Women's Prosperity Network. Today, I have with us, who we'll be having a juicy conversation with, is Camille Leon, and she is the founder of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. And we're going to dial into all about the chamber and how it can serve you to know your people, love your business, grow your business, and love your life. So I'm looking forward to bringing Camille on in a moment. Before we do that, I do want to share some updates and announcements in the wonderful world of Women's Prosperity Network. So first of all, this Saturday, and we do this on the fourth Saturday of every month, this Saturday we have our signature mastermind, which is called Brilliance, Brainstorming, and Breakthroughs. And we do this online, so you can join us from anywhere in the world, from the comfort of your home, with an opportunity for you to connect, collaborate, and mastermind with extraordinary women just like you that are here to make a difference in the world and in their lives with their programs, their products, and their projects. So join us this Saturday for our signature mastermind, and you can get all the information about that at our website, womensprosperityNetwork.com. Coming up also, keep your eyes out. We have something really, really special cooked up for everyone in our community this holiday season. And we're going to be promoting several of our members who are putting together some juicy, juicy deals so that you will do business with each other, get the things you need. We are our own economy. So keep an eye out for the beautiful holiday specials that we have coming your way in just a couple of weeks. With that, that's it for my announcements. And now I get to bring on Camille. So let me tell you a little bit about Camille. So Camille Leon is the founder and chief visionary officer of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, which is an online international organization increasing awareness, education, and access to holistic products, services, and therapies. And it serves the business needs of holistically aligned providers, professionals, and business owners, just like many of you out there. And through the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, Camille helps consumers find holistic products, services, and solutions for health, lifestyle, and business-related concerns. She is also the author of Fresh Starts, Transformation in Action, and is an artist inspiring the world through her paintings and oneness daily emails and posts. So welcome, Camille.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, we are grateful to have you. And I love where we're starting our conversation from today. And it's this beautiful holistic approach, to borrow a word from you, a holistic approach to business and life. We are a membership organization, and you're a membership organization. And some people might think that there could be competition between us. But no, it's a beautiful blend. And I love how our two organizations, that we're in harmony together to serve our people. So I am so grateful for you being here and what you've created. And actually, that's where I want to start us today. The Holistic Chamber of Commerce. I've been to many, many different Chamber of Commerce meetings, being a member in my local community and then speaking at several throughout the country. And then this holistic chamber, what does that mean? And why did you create that?
Oh, thank you. My favorite question, right? Well, I have a lot of favorite questions. Back in the day, I was working in downtown LA, and there were some health problems in my family. And I'm not personally a big fan of Western medicine, but the writing was on the wall. And I was like, what am I going to do? So I started asking my coworkers for referrals. And I was at that time looking for referrals to acupuncturists. And of course, the responses you get, they use needles, right? And is that covered by insurance? We think of LA as a progressive place, and my coworkers, mainstream consumers, didn't understand why I was looking for holistic, mind-body, integrative approaches to health and wellness. So really, a lot of our foundation is based in that mainstream consumers still need more awareness, more education, and then better access to the high quality holistic health and wellness options that are out there, and the providers, right? So that's the very first route that got us started.
So it's interesting you mentioned that, because it kind of conjured up in me this thought, hey, I'm looking for somebody who's an energy healer. Do you know, like, we don't want to admit we're into those things, right?
Oh, I have at least one person that she was a meditation instructor. And she had been following us for years. And I finally had a conversation with her. And she had not joined. I'm like, you're following us. Why have you not joined? You're a meditation teacher. And she was like, I am not sure my corporate clients would understand, because there's a reputation, a woo-woo, airy-fairy reputation. Thus, for us, the brand foundation Chamber of Commerce, we want to shift that reputation to respected, respectable, trustworthy, dependable, and we're doing that.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I think is fantastic about, this holistic Chamber of Commerce, somebody who wants to find more natural solutions for my health, for my business, for my life, I know that one of the commonalities I would have with people in the holistic chamber is this mindset towards the more natural, towards more holistic solutions. So we talk a lot about creating your business and building it through a community of like-minded or like-spirited people. And I think that's one of the things that the Holistic Chamber can give us, is being in a community with people who think like us, at least as it pertains to natural solutions, more natural solutions, right?
Yeah. And it's an advantage when you are networking with each other, whether it's online or in person. You're not always having to explain your technique from the very beginning. In a conventional Chamber of Commerce, and I'm certainly supportive of membership both in the Holistic Chamber of Commerce and in, other local networking groups where you are. But at the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, you're probably not going to have to explain energy healing from the very beginning. In other groups, people are going to look at you when you say, I'm an energy healer or a Reiki master, and you're going to have to start at that point. Now, the good news is there are a lot more bridge the gap therapy awareness. So, for example, chiropractors, but I still, I had a good friend who was having problems with her ankle. And I said, have you considered seeing an acupuncturist? And she was also like, I don't think it's covered by my insurance. So it was great. Turned out acupuncture was covered by her insurance, and it was exactly what she needed to finish the healing on her ankle. So there are different reasons to be networking, but yes, in our community, you're not going to have to explain why you do what you do. And there are going to be some places where, you're really starting at the beginning. That is part of what we do, though, is we make sure that there is information out there on our website and on our socials so that people are exposed to natural health and wellness solutions And yeah, and they can, come on in, start exploring, come in and see what's available. You don't actually have to get addicted to fentanyl or opioids. You could find a natural way to heal yourself, reduce your pain, lose weight.
So I'm going to go down this path because you're referred to as the Chief Visionary Officer. You are an artist and an author. And I think to myself, how does a woman like this start a chamber of commerce? Like, it seems opposite of like your artistic, side of you. So, like, where was that inspiration that came from?
So I was not an artist when I started the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. I was a very uptight, very tightly wound type A corporate person. I didn't wear colors. I wore blacks, beiges, browns. It is through our members that I discovered the painting. And I now have so many paintings in the art studio that I just opened an Etsy store because I've got to start selling them and make
That
room
is
for more.
so awesome.
So, but that's it. Like, I was in my own box, and it took all of these holistic lifestyle, providers to pull me out of my box and open up that whole new possibility for me.
I love it.
And most people don't know, right?
Yeah, that's really awesome. And all right, so you're in corporate and you get on this path of more natural solutions, health challenges in your family, realize it's time to create this. And now you have become like so good in this sphere of helping people grow their businesses by being a part of a community, by networking. So let's talk about some core things that are in your field of expertise. And it starts with who you want in your core circle. So can you speak about that a little bit?
I will. So what I've seen from right now, 13 years of working with holistic professionals, practitioners, business owners, is it seems like a lot of us, and I include myself in this because, look, there's been a lot of lessons learned over 13 years, right? We're only looking for our next customer, client, or patient. That's it. But our core circle is not actually our customers, clients, and patients, because we want more of them than our core. Our core circle, they are our trusted advisors. They might be our coaches, for example, and our favorite connections at WPN. They're our bookkeeper, our accountant, our attorney, if we're big enough to have an attorney, our top staff for our consultants, right? And then the next level, the expanded circle, is where you start to, because you need a lot more of them.
So your core circle, and these, as you refer to your core circle, are these meant to be people who would typically be referring business to you? Is that what you're?
I would say they are typically referring business to you, and they might be your customers, clients, and patients, right? In my case, my core circle, they are members of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, but they might not be. I mean, if your expertise is, for example, helping people with back problems, then it's possible that your accountant doesn't have back problems. So they're not necessarily going to be a customer of yours or a patient of yours.
But they know you well and know what you do.
And when they're talking to somebody who's clearly got back problems, they say, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
you should go talk to Paige. She can help
Yeah.
you with that. You should talk to Susan or Rita.
Yeah. And I think so your core circle is about really recognizing the relationships that you have who, because of your relationship and the way you know each other, they become a center of influence for you.
And they keep you supported
Mm-hmm.
and inspired, because if you're really in business, you're going to have days when you really need that support, that inspiration, that
Ain't that the truth?
keep that's like, you are doing good stuff and we
Yes.
need you. We want you to keep doing that stuff. So that's your core circle. When things aren't working the way you expected, you've got to have somebody to talk to about that. And that's not going to be, in general, that's not going to be your customers, your clients, and your patients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's your core circle. And then you were about to go into the expanded circles.
Yes. So the expanded circle, they are, and there is, like I said, there is crossover, right? But you might have a joint venture partner who's
Mm-hmm.
not really part of your core circle, but you're still joint ventured together because there's some real win-win opportunities in cross promotion. You might have a referral partner who is, you're paying a little referral fee, affiliate fee, commission, if you will, for bringing customers, clients, and patients. They're not necessarily the person you're going to go to when you're like, how do I fix this? Or, how do I fine tune this? And of course, your customers, clients, and your patients. Or
Mm-hmm.
if you're like you and me, right? My customers, clients, and patients are members. All different words for the person who comes and makes a purchase, right? And I want not just a handful of those. I want hundreds. No, it's me. I want thousands of those. Okay.
Right.
I want the Holistic Chamber of Commerce to show up in a place of power and say, we represent all of these members who
Mm-hmm.
are professionals that believe in and support natural health and wellness.
Yeah, amazing. It's so good. So with the holistic chamber, tell us a little bit about the way it operates. And so I guess here's a question. What types of people become members? So I'm not an energy healer.
Right,
I'm not a doctor. Like, am I the right person to become a member? Like I do. And let me just say, I do neurolinguistic programming and I have energy modalities and I clear subconscious beliefs. So that side of me, I totally can see it. But as a business consultant, I might not think it's the right fit for me.
So in my head, and every once in a while we do use this as a tagline, but I say mind, body, spirit, business, budget, planet. Okay, if I don't have enough money in my bank, I'm not shopping at Whole Paycheck. I mean, Whole Foods, right?
I never heard that before. Wait a second.
Really? Okay. that might be a California thing.
No, it's on the upper echelon here too, for sure.
Oh yeah, well, if you don't have any Erewhons there yet, let's just say that Erewhon. Yeah, don't ask me how to spell it.
Is that a store?
It's a store and it makes Whole Foods look cheap.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a Trader Joe's,
Well,
slash
so am I, but that's so again, mind, body, spirit, business, budget, planet. I love Trader Joe's too, but there are some things that frankly are better at Whole Foods. And I also want money in my bank account so I can see my massage therapist, see my acupuncturist, see my chiropractor. And I promise you, when people go to the doctor, they are not asking for a free taste. They are not asking for a free session, because professionals in a lot of areas don't give free samples. Baskin Robbins gives free samples. I'm not I'm not saying don't do it. Just recognize that it's not always the best approach.
Well,
Frankly,
go
people
ahead.
people who are wealthy aren't necessarily looking for a freebie. They are looking for something that is worth their time and their money.
Right.
I want something that works when I go to a health professional.
So for me, when you talk about mind, body, business, budget, what were the other ones?
Mind, body, spirit, business, budget, planet. So, for example, you would be on the business side of what we do. So we have a lot of members who are health and wellness providers, right? The chiropractors, acupuncturists, the hypnotherapists, the Reiki masters, essential oils experts. But many of them need more support and coaching in the world of how to build their business.
Which is why one of the domain names I have is I am a woo-woo marketer, marketing for woo-woos.
I love that. Oh, you and me both collect. I also collect domain names. So
yes,
there are a bunch of lovely domain names that are just fun and feel good. And they all point to the Holistic Chamber of Commerce.
Which is great.
Yeah. Okay. When you're successful, though, you need people like Nancy, like, organizations like WPN to help you figure out how do I juggle my time and my money so that I can create more time, A, to keep taking care of myself, and B, to actually help heal more people.
Right, to fulfill your purpose. And so as an accountant, as a business coach, as a website designer, I think it comes back to getting into communities where you're like-minded and like-spirited, right? Because one of the things that really lights me up about what I get to do in my life for my profession is I get to use my marketing skills to be a part of the healing Camille is bringing, the healing Paige brings, the healing Clayton brings, because he's helping heal the planet. Like I get to be a part of in all these different ways. So if you're listening in and you think, well, I'm not an energy healer or a chiropractor, why would I join the Holistic Chamber? It's because the people you like and the people you support and believe in and have aligned values, they're there. Isn't that who we want to spend our time with? Right? That's where I go. That's why Women's Prosperity Network, that we're the people here, you apply the one philosophy and treat others with respect, and that we believe in co-opetition and not competition. And, there's a spirit to Women's Prosperity Network, the same as with the Holistic Chamber.
Yeah. And, it's like, it's probably like everybody involved in WPN. I have my favorite clients who I know we're going to make it work. And I don't turn away other clients. Heck, we have a couple of members who are retired. They are not here looking for clients, customers, patients, they're retired. They are here because they believe in the cause of informing the world, of increasing awareness, education, and access to natural solutions through wellness providers. And they get that being a member is what supports that cause. And they're energetically a part of the community, even if they're not, attending networking meetings on a regular basis. The world wants more natural solutions.
Agreed. And your visionary, futuristic inclination, instinct, God tap, whatever you want to call it, to have created this 13 years ago, when in the last 13 years, there's been a huge leap in advancement and acceptance of more holistic natural solutions for things. Like, we're seeking this stuff out now. You know, the fact that chemicals and toxicity in our cleaning products is caught, like, there's so many areas, right?
Yeah. So, but people don't always know where to look, or they go to
Right.
Google, and Google is not always the best resource for them. Now, the good news is we are fairly well optimized in the world of SEO. So lots of people, when they go to Google, we're the ones who come up. And our members get the equivalent of a booster shot, right? Because directory listings are public facing, and they include a lot of links back to your website, back to your social media, right? Because our goal is that our members come up, that our members are the ones who are visible when somebody is looking.
Yeah, I love LaDonna just posted in the comments that she's just starting to learn about holistic healing. And that's great, LaDonna. And as you learn about it, and then you share with your family and friends, and then they share, this is where, you know, we will have greater longevity, and natural solutions over the long haul are much less expensive than medications, prescriptions, hospital visits. Like, prevention can, might cost you a little bit on the front end, but it's going to save you big time on the back end, right?
Well, and it's not just longevity, because I want to live a long life, but frankly, I want to live a quality life. So it's also how healthy are you in that long life? I mean, I think we've all seen somebody who has, maybe not, maybe we haven't all. I've had a few friends, right, who have had long-term cancer battles, right? Or family members with long-term cancer battles. That's not what I want. I want to be, healthy until the day I go. Now, I won't say I've never had cancer. Actually, I have. And I used, the term integrative medicine for me is really relevant. Not that I didn't go to the oncologist to help, but I also used massage and essential oils.
Right. There's definitely, I like when you talk about integrative medicine, because there is definitely a need and a place for all of the knowledge and advancement doctors have, and Western medicine has come up with, and like that. We're not saying throw all that out. We're talking about a partnership, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, people get reminders almost all day, every day, about what Western medicine has to offer. I'm just trying to add the voice of holistic medicine to the mix, so that people also start getting reminders that there are other approaches to health and wellness.
Wouldn't it be fun to see a commercial on TV rather than take this medication and might have side effects of blah, 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 blah. Have a commercial for, a Reiki session.
Yes, right. Yeah.
This will have no long-term effects other than you will have more peace and calm, and you'll have natural healing in your body. And if you would like to have your energy radiate, like, I want to see that commercial on TV.
Yeah, exactly. Or a sound healing commercial,
I think, Camille, I think we're onto something. We need to do this.
And, and that's why I keep doing this, right? Is every time I think, oh, wow, this is, not what I thought it would be. When I started, I keep coming back to, if we want to heal the world, it's by coming together. It is by coming together with our holistic values and our holistic approaches and saying, this is legit stuff and it makes a big difference. There are other professions where people get the value of coming together. So I also, I don't talk about this much, but I also work with architects through the American Institute of Architects. And let me just tell you, architects, they spend more than we charge to be members of their organization, and they get that by coming together, they have a stronger voice in the world and in places of power. And that's what I really, that's the vision. And the reality is, though, we have members who have the day-to-day, and that is just as relevant. Mind,
Absolutely.
body, spirit, business, budget, planet.
Love it. I love it. All right. Well, we have a lot in common, my friend, and we could talk for quite some time. And we want to give everyone who's listening in the opportunity to ask questions, share insights. So I'm going to open up the line so that you can join us. And while I do that, I want to ask Camille, if you would please, I know that you have a guide that we're going to give out as a free gift, and it's a holistic approaches to health and wellness. And I've got the link for everybody in the chat. So tell them about this guide while I get everybody ready to join us.
So this guide is it's a very short, sweet, to the point guide to holistic approaches to health and wellness. Our main audience really is consumers. And what's a consumer? A consumer is a person, a people like you, me, Nancy, right? We're all consumers. Consumers just means we spend our money somewhere. So this guide,
I buy things. That's what that
what
means.
you buy things? Yes, I buy things too. And we spend our money on health and wellness products and services all the time. So this is a guide, though. It's like that first introduction to chiropractic, acupuncture, massage. It also talks about, because people have a story in their mind about how much holistic health and wellness costs. So it also talks about, drink more water, get a good night's sleep, eat whole foods, right? Because if we're going to create a bridge from the way things are to a more holistic approach for everyone, then people need to know where that bridge starts. So this guide is that. Here's your door. Let's open your door.
Love it. Love it. All right. So I've put the link in the chat. Thank you for giving this as a gift. I put the link in the chat. And for those on the phone, you can go to bit.ly/HCC/HHW guide. And that's going to be all lowercase, all one word. So HCC/HHW guide, GUIDE. And that stands for Holistic Chamber of Commerce Health and Healing Wellness Guide. How'd I do? Is that what that stands for?
That was really good. It's really funny because our URL is long, holisticchamberofcommerce.com. And I used to, for branding purposes, I used to always want, this is a business, by the way, this is a business realization that I had. I always wanted our URL because it was good for branding and really solid. It said the whole thing, Holistic Chamber of Commerce.
That's who you are, what you do, how you serve. It's got it all.
Right. And it got people, because people went, oh, I want to know more.
Right.
Just looking at that. The issue is it's too dang long.
And not everybody spells, and my fingers get a little busy.
Oh my God. And then you're like, is that 2 C's? Or yeah. So I was just like, for this free gift, we're gonna use a Bitly link, and
it's so good. All right. So everybody go to bit.ly/HCC/HHW guide, all lowercase, all one word. And I got the guide this morning. It's really fantastic. And it's, I'm always wanting to learn more about that. And then Once you get the guide, it'll take you to the main website for Holistic Chamber of Commerce, where you can explore the benefits of membership. And I'm sure we'll dive into that in a moment or two. First, I want to check in and see who has a question or a comment. If you're with us on the phone, hit *6 and we'll be able to take your question. If you're with us on Zoom, raise your hand and we'd love to hear from you. So who has a question or comment this morning? I see LaDonna, do you have a question or comment you'd like to share?
Yes. Good morning, ladies. Camille, this has been great. I have been, and I may be the only one, but I don't ever think that really. When you're just starting out on this holistic journey, I suffer from critical, severe pain from arthritis and fibromyalgia, so much that I have a stimulator implanted in my back. But it does help, but it doesn't take care of everything. So where do I start? That's where I'm always stuck. Where do you start on this holistic journey?
That's a great question.
What else can I do to help with my pain? Where do I start?
Wow. I've got two things I really want to say here. One is, LaDonna, you really helped me, like part of the problem. I hate saying there are problems, but here's part of the problem. A lot of people, once they jump and are all in, they make the jump and they're all into the holistic world, you almost forget that there are people who are not all in, who are just starting, just learning, who don't know where to start. So of course I'm going to say, start by getting that darn free guide.
It's already downloaded. I already downloaded.
It's gonna give you ideas, and we actually include keywords to look for. Now, also on our website, there is a tab on that horizontal menu for resources, I believe it is. And on there are articles, health and wellness articles. And I highly recommend that you just click on that link and scroll down. There are a lot of different articles. Some of them are, how do you find a quality professional or practitioner to help you? How do you, is it covered by insurance? Can I afford it? And the reality is, for many of us, if it takes away our pain, then we find a way to afford it, right?
Yes.
I will add, though, we represent all of the techniques, all of the possibilities, because just the same as in Western medicine, every once in a while, your doctor says, here, try this and let me know if it works. Some things don't work for everybody. And by the way, I will say, if you walk up to somebody and they say, I have the magic pill and this magic pill fixes everything for everybody, they're not your person. Go find somebody who's a little more legit and says, this works for a lot of people. This really works for a lot of people with arthritis or fibromyalgia. And, it's like any health solution. You can't make a guarantee. Look, my mother uses things that I don't use. They don't work for me. I'm an only child, so I can't compare myself to my sister. But right,
we've got lots of sisters here at WPM we can work with.
But you guys don't all use the same health and wellness products and services, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is part of the point of this guide, is you've got to know that there are options also in the world of holistic health and wellness.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Love it. LaDonna, so glad you were with us today. And I bet you are too.
I am. This has been wonderful. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, you're most welcome. Glad you got here. And again, LaDonna already got the guide. I got the guide. Be sure to go to bit.ly/HCC HHW guide, all lowercase, all one word. Let's go ahead for our next caller, area code 301247. Your line is open. Do you have a question or a comment for us today?
Hi, Nancy. Peg Duchesne, and I do have a comment. Camille, what a great guide you've provided for us. This is just terrific. And I love your approach to health and, of course, to life in general. And I sure love the cooperation and collaboration that exists between your organization and WPN. It just makes so much sense. And
Right?
I applaud you and all your efforts. So thank you.
Thank you, Peg. I really love hearing that. Yeah, we talk about the law of abundance. There's plenty for everybody.
Mhm.
Let's live
Absolutely.
into that. There is plenty for everybody, plenty for WPN, plenty for the HCC, plenty for all of us.
Love it. Love it.
And I
So-
know Nancy said we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits of joining HCC, so I'm looking forward to that discussion and learning more about it too. So thank you for being with us this morning. Wow, Wednesday.
You're a wow lady. I love it. Yeah. So what a great kickoff, because I was going to ask you a few questions about membership. So can you share a little bit about it? Is it online? Is it in person? Is it national organization? It's actually one of our questions is it all over the country, international? I don't know.
Well, okay. Another one of my favorite questions. They're all my favorite questions. We have 2 levels of membership. We have emerging memberships and we have established memberships. Both levels are available in an annual pay and a monthly pay option. And there is a one-time processing fee for, when you join. And it's a one-time fee. So,
And it's only $35.
and it's only $35, which is I found out earlier this year because I joined a couple of other organizations myself this year. And I found out that that's actually on the low end of new member processing fees. So, but that's partially because part of the point of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce is I want our members to be joining us, listed in our directory, putting their events on our calendar, and also still in a position to join other groups that are more in their local community, right? It's online. Our base organization, our foundational organization is online. All members get full access to what we're doing online. Emerging members get a directory listing. They can add their events to our calendar. And we also do member spotlight interviews. Emerging members get all of that. And established members get, they get a higher level of attention in many ways. They can be featured in speaking opportunities. They come up higher in search results on our website, and they get a little more personal one-on-one from me, and we'll do for you some of the things that if you're an emerging member, you're going to have to do it yourself. But if you're an established member, we're going to go look for your events. We're going to add them to our calendar for you. We're going to make sure all the bells and whistles are in your directory list. So that's kind of the main difference. Is emerging is that's where you are right now.
Yeah. Okay. And so are there in-person events?
There are in places where we have active groups.
Okay.
And right now we have some active groups in California, some active groups in Florida, Texas, we've got a handful of active groups, and we are not actively looking for group leaders, but we do have a way to start local groups. And if somebody's interested in that, they can shoot us an email or send us a note through the contact us form, and we're happy to help with that. But we are a member-based organization. And so in case you're interested in that, just know that you got to sign up as a member before we're going to let you start a group. North Dallas, not currently in North Dallas. We do have a new chapter in Katy. chapter in Memorial. Those are both in the Houston area. And we have a chapter in Cypress, also extended.
So reach out to Camille,
Yeah.
join the organization, and then go from there. And here's what I want to say about local chapters, because we used to be a local chapter based community as well as an online community. And I get the value of being together in person, and do not let that hinder the immense value of being online with people, because you can serve a much larger audience that way. Unless you are a local gas station that only serves vehicles that are driving by your shop,
Well,
you want to be in an online experience.
yeah. And for a gas station, it's all about drive-by traffic. But if you
Yeah.
are a chiropractor or an acupuncturist or a massage therapist, because those are all right, those are in-person, locally based services. But people still go online to find those.
Absolutely,
still
which is where
go-
being in your directory gets me search engine optimized for people to find me.
That is exactly the point. And not only that, but very often we make referrals. So for example, I have an aunt in Maryland. This was early days for the Holistic Chamber. Initially we were like in California because that's where I was. And I had an aunt in Maryland who had some health problems in the family. And I wanted to encourage, them to consider a naturopathic doctor, an acupuncturist, a chiropractor. I was like, oh, have you looked at all of this? And then I was like, oh, our directory needs to get expanded because, that family is definitely looking for legit professionals with, so it was like, how do I make a referral to people in Maryland? Because even these days, as much as I love Google and I use it, it's still feeding me leads local to where I am. Well, I want to be able to give referrals to people in Florida and Texas and.
Fantastic. And again, it's about having that first level of filtering already done. We know these are holistic minded professionals, which is great. All right. Well, we got more questions. So good. So again, go to holisticchamberofcommerce.com, become a member, get yourself listed on there, join this amazing community, and the mission, especially if you are here and you are somebody who is in this mindset and this mission for more natural healing modalities available for all of us. That's what the chamber's about. We need to have it no longer be, oh, it's woo-woo. No, this is serious, professional, quality services that you're providing.
Yeah.
We want to remove any stigma around that stuff. So we need you to be a part of it, this movement as well. All right, I'll get off my soapbox, but not really.
It's a great soapbox. Well, we want to rewrite the story of what it means to be holistic. We're going to rewrite that story.
I love it. All right, let's go to Carol Frankham, then Victoria, Olivia. We got a few more callers. Carol, did you have a question?
I actually have a comment and kind of a question.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, I didn't know what I was coming into seeing here, being here with you. I have been grinning the whole time. So here's why. I don't do what you do at all. Okay, but I'm a caregiver coach, and I can see that there's some stuff that we can work together. Actually, what it's more like, I need to know more about what you do so that I can help the people that I handle with my caregiving program.
Right, and send them to the other resources through the holistic Yeah, so
So
Carol, just check it out. Go to the website,
I will.
holisticchamberofcommerce.com, and you'll see a lot of info on there, how you can become a member and all the great, I love that I can access the directory without being a member.
Yeah.
Right. So
It
for
is just-
me, not a member yet, if I was looking for someone, that creates promotion for the members that you do have in there, which is great.
Well, and that's it. We are a public facing, right? Because we want to attract consumers
Mhm.
in. And so the directory and the events calendar are both available for non-members as well. And our members, of course, get to log in and edit and update their directory listings and submit their events.
That's super. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. I'm so glad I was here.
Thank you.
We're glad you were here too, Carol. Awesome. All right, let me go next to Olivia Jones, and then I'll go to Victoria.
Good morning, Nancy. Good morning,
Hi.
Camille. Thank you for this wonderful topic. I had to share because I am just so excited about the fact that the holistic aspect. There are folks out there who can be serviced, and this is something that we definitely need to talk more about. And I am so glad that Camille, that you're on today sharing. It's been a completely amazing conversation. And I want to share that I actually worked in a collaboration with Brave Healer Productions, Miss Laura DeFranco. We produced a book, On Purpose Woman. Jenny Robertson was the lead author, and it's the complete holistic guide for spiritual entrepreneurs. And so this is just wonderful conversation around such a wonderful topic, to be able to understand and the need, and that there is that holistic piece that people can come together and collaborate. It's really wonderful, and I'm just excited to hear the conversation. Absolutely beautiful, and to know that that what's available as well.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. That sounds like you're doing valuable and important work, which is what, right, we want to introduce more people to. It's possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and more conversation, because like in the book, there are 17 authors altogether, but just that the idea, the topic of holistic wellness, being able to talk about that more and bring it into the forefront, and again having those necessary conversations around it. So
good. All right. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Nancy.
You're awesome. And I love and honor you, Olivia.
Likewise.
All right. Beautiful. Let's go next. Thank you, Olivia. Let's go next. Probably our last caller, Victoria Arensdorf. Welcome, Victoria. Are you there? Are you there? Victoria, you probably need to hit *6 on your phone or unmute or something like that. Victoria.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Your new system is still confusing to me because I was on Zoom. I could see you both, and I was unmuted. But I was saying, Nancy, thank you, and Camille, thank you so much. I've been in the holistic arena for 50 years and studying and practicing something called the Feldenkrais method of functional integration and awareness through movement for 45 years. And I'm working, that is an incredibly effective way to help people actually not only lose pain, but become much more functional. And Dr. Moshe Feldenkrais's goal was to return each human being to their own natural dignity. And I tried the regular Chamber of Commerce, and by the way, I'm working online more and more now, and also with something that helps people so quickly. And I've received acupuncture for 45 years. I've participated in many other kinds of work with the body. We call our work somatic education. I hope you're including it in your guide. But I was at a Chamber of Commerce meeting a few times and at BNI a few times back in the day, like 30 years ago.
and clearly didn't fit. And actually, the president of the local hospital came up to me when we introduced ourselves. He looked at me kind of with a bit of not really disgust. That would be too strong of a word. But he was not happy to meet me at all. He really saw me as a threat. He said, "Oh, you do a lot of advertising." Now, mind you, I advertised with flyers and a little bit in a free place in the newspaper when they used to have that. I did not do a lot of advertising, but I'm just so happy to see you. And is there a group in Western Massachusetts? We have a huge holistic community here.
There is not currently a group in Western Massachusetts. And
Well, I'll talk with you about that.
You certainly can. We're always open to inquiries, and it is one reason why we do so much online these days is consumers are everywhere and they need access whether or not there is an active group.
Yes. And did you say that consumers can't be members, or can they be members?
They can be members. We have a few consumers who are members right now. We noodle around a little bit with their membership, but it's fairly easy to do, and it works just fine.
I think that's wonderful that you let consumers be members too.
And I will also speak to one of the things you mentioned, which is that you hope that a particular technique is in the guide. This guide is, I think it's 13 pages. It does not cover every single technique. Your favorite techniques may or may not be in this guide. This guide is a starting point guide. It is not including there are hundreds of modalities. Oh my God, look, heck, I think there are 100 different types of yoga for that matter. Right. So once you get into all of the different modalities, like part of this is something we don't really talk about very much. It is difficult for people to choose a starting point when they have too many options.
Kind of like with LaDonna a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah, if you give people too many options, they will not choose. They will walk away, which, by the way, for those of you who are listing 15 different modalities on your business cards and your flyers, if you give people too many different options for starting points, you lose them.
Yeah.
Limit your number of visible options, get them in the door, then walk them down the garden path. Help them cross the bridge.
So this is a constant. Go ahead, Victoria.
I was just going to say, Camille, I've been practicing the Feldenkrais method for 45 years, as I said, and so many people do have too many things on their business card. I absolutely agree with that. And to me, it's not appealing to inquire with them. And I've really focused on one modality, and now I have one other thing that I focus on, so I'm not bringing in millions of things.
Right.
And I'm happy to help anybody. If anybody wants to have like a free discovery call or something too, because it's important. I kind of disagree with in your situation. I think it'd be better to have really, but I'm not doing what you're doing, so excuse me for even saying that.
And Victoria, I just want to say, Victoria, and then we are kind of out of time. The reason she went down that path was to answer your question that we've got a lot of the modalities on there. Is yours on there? Maybe, maybe not. It would be challenging for them to put every single one on there because there's also a new one coming up every other day.
Right. And Camille, I'm happy to, since I've been in this arena for 50 years, I'm happy to help you look at which ones should be there, because there's a lot of silly stuff out there too, and there's a lot of really good, sophisticated.
Yeah, Victoria, it sounds like there's a lot of synergy. So just be sure to go to the Holistic Chamber of Commerce .com, check out the membership. She shows all on that website. It lists where there is a local chapter that you want if you were interested in that. The directory is there. It's awesome. So Victoria,
great. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing your healing and your gifts to the world. You're amazing.
Blessings.
Blessings,
abound.
blessings. Yes. All right, Camille, thank you so much for joining us today and for what you're doing to have holistic healing and this way of living, because that's what we're talking about, a more
Yeah.
natural, well-rounded, balanced, holistic life in general for more enjoyment. You're really on a mission to make all of this more acceptable and more well-known. So thank you for your work and your efforts.
Thank you. Thanks for having me and for introducing me to this great group of women entrepreneurs. I love being a member of, and by the way, yes, card carrying member of WPN here.
Yes,
Big
yes.
fans.
Yeah, and vice versa. So thank you so much for being with us. Everybody out there, go grab that guide if you didn't get it yet. Go to bit.ly/HCC HHW guide. Grab that today and become a member of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. Bye, Camille. Thank you for joining us and all you're doing. Goodbye, everyone. Get out there and make it a wow day. Have a beautiful day, everyone.